Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. The sport of tackle football continues to grow popularity globally. Its rules are similar to that of the NFL, with the Super Bowl consistently recording viewership numbers in excess of 100 million. While the NFL is often viewed as a sport that distinctly American, the concept of tackle football is endearing itself to many across the Caribbean. I'm pleased to be joined on set by Jerome Harriott, Chief Executive of the Jamaica Tackle Football Association, as well as Tim Ralph, who is also a director with the NTFA. Gentlemen, welcome to the SportsMax Zone.
Thank you.
Pleasure to be here. Very much.
All right, so Jerome, I'll start with you. Maybe you can tell me a bit about the National Tackle Football Association and your role in promoting the sport in Jamaica.
Well, we started the NTFA in 2017 with the aspect of opening up opportunities for young people to, number one, complete their high schooling on, with a sport that is more endearing to them, and possibly opening up other opportunities for them to go off to school in the States, whether it be on scholarship or just some sort of financial assistance. We've been doing really well with that over the past few years. We obviously got stopped during COVID, and we started back last year. And we have quite a bit of guys that have taken up those opportunities this year.
Tim, this one's for you. What are some of the past projects that your team has been involved in, and how has the response been here in Jamaica?
So the response in Jamaica has been phenomenal. I mean, as a product of Jamaica who actually went up to the States and got my scholarship playing football, I know how important it is to the youngsters in the region to have this opportunity. But, we're on 3 seasons now. Like you said, we were stopped during COVID. The season is just getting ready to start again now with a Jamboree coming up, and Jerome can tell you more about the dates that are involved. But we have a number of activities as far as the Jamboree starting.
Tell us about the Jamboree, because I'm excited to find out.
The Jamboree is the first outing competition. It's more of a scrimmage type game with a number of different teams doing like a half a game against each other.
Right.
It's basically to work out the kinks before the season starts. That's going to be on September 9th. The schools that will be hosting those games will be announced within the next couple of weeks. 2 weeks after that, the season will start, and we'll run a pretty full season of an 8 or 9 game schedule, with a 2-week playoff at the end of November into December, and the championship game, the national championship game for the sport, will be December 15th.
So you mentioned the Jamboree. So apart from that, because that sounds very exciting, very structured too, as you get ready for the big season. Apart from that, any other initiatives that you and your team have been working on, Tim?
Not really. I mean, the whole initiative is to get the kids ready to play American football. I mean, that in and of itself is a huge undertaking.
Yes.
And also introducing it to the culture and to the corporate sector so they can also help lend the support and see the magnitude of what can come from it. So as far as events right now, it's organized about getting the game and the organization structured to a point that we can put on a good, talented league and really show what can be accomplished with these children.
You speak about corporate support, and we know any sport, any organization, they need money to run a proper business, because it's the only way you can get the equipment, you can get the players coming out and all that. How has that response been here in Jamaica?
Well, that response is challenging anywhere you go right now in the world right now. I mean, everybody's going to tell you they don't have the budgets to do it. But all you really have to do is make the connection with the right product and the right brand that represents these children in a way that is authentic and, helps to promote their sustainability throughout the season and beyond, because we're talking about young children. So you're not talking about just your regular advertisers like your beers or your liquors. So these people actually have to be invested in the production of the sport and the children itself. So we're looking for those sponsors, not just the money.
Yeah, we speak about, present initiatives and all that, but whenever you begin any competition or any project, there is always that long-term goal. Where do you see yourself in a couple of years, let's just say 5 years? What's the long-term goal of NFTA?
The long-term goal of the NFTA is to probably have the sport in 64 schools. Not just tackle football, but also flag football for girls, which is also NCAA scholarship sport. So our girls are going to be able to take quite a bit of advantage of some of those opportunities that open up themselves also. We're looking also to do a number of academies in Jamaica, postgraduate academies. Hopefully we'll be able to partner up with some of the tertiary institutions to get that done. But we're also looking at doing a number of academies here also, along with, we do have a listing for a national team currently, the senior national team, which is the tackle football team. That we have about 35 to 40 guys that have been listed on that team. So we should be able to initiate a couple games next year with that.
Where do you train and when is it done?
Well, each school, just like any other sport, they have their own team.
Yeah.
So they train, case in point, Monroe trains at Monroe.
Okay.
That's their home turf. That's the school they go to. It's a co-curricular activity.
Right.
It's not just it's not club by any means. All the teams are tightly affixed as a co-curricular offering for each institution that's members with the NTFA at this point.
But do you see yourself expanding, maybe having different clubs from different parishes and, thinking about it from that point of view? I always find, so I'll take another sport, for example, like cricket, right? You play cricket in school, but then you also have club cricket, then you have national cricket. So you see your group expanding to that level? Yeah,
we've had some talks with some what you would call professional development leagues. These are smaller leagues around, specifically in Mexico and Texas. There's a league that's coming up right now called the IFA that is looking, they're just starting out. They have 4 teams in Texas, 4 teams in Mexico, and they're looking to expand in the next few years. Hopefully they'll take a look at us and along with maybe the XFL. Maybe you can talk to your boy. You never know. But the talent is here.
And that's the great thing of it. The talent is here. And as we start really teaching these youths how to play the game, because there's a big learning curve.
Yeah.
We didn't grow up catching the football or doing the exercises and the drills that they've been doing since they were kids in the States. So, but we have the talent that's here. And once we teach them the game, we get the structure down and we start getting those eyeballs of people saying that this kid came from Monroe and this guy went to Alabama and he's playing, or this guy went to Syracuse and got a scholarship, and they're coming and those stories are coming. Our kids are doing very well, and it's about, academics first. So giving them that access to something that they have in the States on a regular day, every day. And we're better than them. I'm telling you that right now. All we have to do is just learn the game and then get some hype behind it and get the eyeballs, and they'll come. They will come.
Right. So for the kids that, this is because some people are not aware of what happens most times, So for me, when I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, it's not very popular back in my country. So I was, very curious when I saw this on the show today, and I wanted to find out more about it as well. So for the kids that are looking at the show right now and want to get involved, what do you say to them?
Go to jntfa.org.
Yes.
Send me a note. My phone number is on there. You can call me. Your parents, your principals can call me anytime. I'll pick up the phone any hour. That there is, and talk to the principals, and it goes back to the schools and their board of governors. Is this something that they need in their institution to help their marginalized athletes get over that hump, or be more disciplined, be more structured, be more accountable, and to graduate in good standing and hopefully end up getting a scholarship. Our focus is to put guys in college.
Right.
Yes.
Our focus is to put girls on college. Whether it be on scholarship or not, we want these kids to go to college and get their education.
Right.
So it's a path to higher education through sports.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, I want to congratulate you on the great work you've been doing. I'm hoping that you get those calls. You did say at any time.
At any time. Anytime.
I'm hoping you get a lot of calls. And
Anytime.
Not me.
of course, I want to thank you again so much for joining us here on the SportsMax Zone. We'll keep in touch so we can follow, the progress and see if the numbers continue to grow. Thanks again. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we have a lot more to discuss.